Hey y'all, welcome back to Candle Pros. My name is Maddox and I thank you for joining today. In today's video, I have a huge Caramel Sundays haul. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 2X and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 4X, y'all. Okay. Went a little bit overboard. Caramel Sundays has no say in what no opinion when I say this is just my honest opinion. This one, it was in the UPS truck all day, so it's kind of oily, so I just let it dry out overnight and it worked okay. Is that glass? No. I don't think this one's broken, but we'll go ahead and start with it just in case. No, it's not broken, it's just the wax. So this is a 4-wick. This is what their 4-wicks look like. 100% soy, no phthalates, no paraffins. Anything bad in any bad candles, not necessarily bad, but bad for your home candles, are not in here. So that's very good. In any of their candles, 2 wicks, 4 wicks, 5 wicks, anything. So this one is Toasted Pumpkin Crunch. I have smelled all of these last night, but they were hot off the truck, so it was not really a good impression smelling them first time whenever they're hot off of the truck. So this will be a better first impression. So technically this will be my first impressions. Toasted Pumpkin Crunch. Comment down below if you've bought from Caramel Sundays for a while. You know they have square or sharp edged labels on their 4-wicks. This go around they did rounded. I prefer the rounded. I think it makes it look more subtle, but also more elegant in my opinion. Toasted Pumpkin Crunch has scent notes of clove, cinnamon, nutmeg, pumpkin, sugar, buttercream, smoke, and vanilla. Whenever I smell this, that first thing that comes to my nose, I guess, is that it's like that clove and cinnamon, but it's not like this definitely has a spice note to it, but it's not like a red hot cinnamon. It's just a spicy cinnamon, if that makes sense. So yes, the clove and the cinnamon, the nutmeg, that's also adding a bit of elegant to this fragrance. Not necessarily spice, but adding a depthiness to it. Also the buttercream, the vanilla, yeah, I get that. I don't know why all of a sudden I have to feel like I have to sneeze. I can't necessarily say I'm getting a smoky note in here. Whew. I like it. I don't know, like sometimes I just have to sneeze. Everyone does, I guess, but yeah, this one is definitely intriguing. It's not a basic scent, but it's also not like 100% something I never smelled before. I feel like I couldn't recreate this, but maybe another brand, if they got the recipe, they could do it pretty good. But that's one thing I love about Caramel Sundays is they do regular fragrances, but kind of add a different twist to it. And this does have a different twist. I can't necessarily put my finger on what that twist is at the moment. Let's see if I can warm it up. Soy wax does take a little bit to warm up and stuff. Yeah, I really just get that clove and the cinnamon. To my nose, it's not red hot like I said earlier. Yeah, this one's definitely an amazing fall fragrance. If you love fall, I'm sure a lot of people do. But if y'all love fall, definitely if this comes back next restock, it's on their website or Instagram, their lineup is already. And I'll also leave it down in the description box below. But Caramel Sundays is a limited opportunity brand. I also call it Hunger Games style, but that's more aggressive. So they're more of a limited opportunity brand. So what that means is it's basically just they load all their fragrances for that month onto the website at one time, and if they sell out, they sell out. And if stuff sells out in like 1 minute, 2 minutes, they'll usually bring it back next restock. But all that to say that you need to have a list ready, and they load everything onto the website at one time. This fall launch, their first fall launch this month, I think it was July 12th, I think. Don't quote me on that. But it definitely went way smoother than usual. So I got the 3 dogs in here, but yeah, so I'll leave the code down below to get 2-minute early access. You might think 2 minutes, what the heck is that for? You'd be surprised. I get almost everything on my list almost every time because I have that 2-minute early access code. You just text the word candle to the number I'll leave down in the description box below. I'll also give you all the details what to text the number to. And if you're not getting the texts and you're already signed up, just check that you spelled everything right. Text it again and just make sure everything's spelled right. I just want to get that out of the way because some people are like, I don't get the texts. Just make sure, redo it, make sure everything's spelled right. I actually got this in a 2-wick and a 4-wick. So I'll show you the 4-wick or the 2-wick label and smell it in the 4-wick. This one is Witching Hour. Love the label on this. 2 wicks, also white wax, 100% soy. Right there. This one has notes of cranberry, smoky musk, iced ginger snap, cookies, and pralines. So I also got that in the 2-wick and the 4-wick this go around. Some of these are from Saltbox Lane, and most of these are from Caramel Sundays. My Witching Hour label on the 4-wick is actually a nice deep, so burgundy it almost seems a little purplish. On camera, it looks more burgundy than it does on, or a little less burgundy than it does on camera. Yeah, this one, to my nose, I definitely get that cranberry, the ginger snap cookies, and the icing. But the first and foremost note is that cranberry in here. This scent, and a lot of people think cranberry is for Christmas. I do too. But with all the extra elements in here, like the pralines, I'm not really getting a nut note in here. Yeah, I'm not really getting a nuttiness in here at the moment. All fragrances change upon burn, but for better or for worse. You can smell more on warm than you can on cold. But yeah, I'm basically just getting the cranberry in here with a little ginger snap, a hint of ginger snap cookies, and that icing note sweetening everything up. Honestly, to me, I would burn this like end of fall, early winter. This just doesn't have a huge fall feeling to me. It has more of a Christmassy winter feel than fall. So it says Witching Hour. I don't mind burning this in the winter with this label on it, or the 2-wick. What I might do is burn the 2-wick in the fall, or right now, who knows, and then see if that would correlate to a good fall fragrance, and I'll burn this in the fall or the winter. But right now, smelling it on cold, it's definitely leaning to burn it towards winter. But like I said, I'll burn that 2-wick here in the next few weeks just to see what happens to that on burn, I guess. I'm risking it here. All right, I'm just going in no particular order. 2-wick cinnamon apple donut. Okay, love the label on this. I love the donut. It doesn't have any like glaze. I don't think it does have a glaze on it. You got that large apple and the cinnamon sticks with kind of like the powder right there. Right there. Love this label. Very intricate. This has notes of apples, cider, fried donuts, cinnamon, musk, vanilla, and sugar. So, okay, this definitely changed from last night. So when I smell this, I don't really get a donut or a cider note. I get the apple. It's like a weird. I only get apple. I'm not getting a cidery note. That's not true. I'm getting like an apple cider note. More heavy on the apple, not the cider. I'm not getting a pastry note in this at all right now. Let's burn it, warm it up, I mean. Okay, when I warm it up, I do get a little bit of pastry. But man, this apple is like that. It's that nice, crisp, red, delicious apple with a cider note. But the cider note is not the main star of the show in this candle. It is the apple. That's definitely interesting. Yeah, the first and foremost note is apple, then way, way, way in the background you get that cider note. But at the moment, I don't get fried donut, cinnamon, musk, vanilla, sugar. It's just, would definitely be a good into fall, early fall, into fall. Wow. This is, and you're probably like, Maddox. Like, this is like, it's just an apple scent. No, this is different. I don't know. This is really interesting. Apple donut. Cinnamon apple donut. Yeah, this is unlike any apple candle I've ever smelled. Wow, that's actually really good. If this is still available on the website, I might go ahead and grab it, but don't tell my mom and dad. They'll be like, you don't need more candles, which is true. Wow. Okay, cinnamon apple donut. That is a win at the moment. That's probably my favorite from everything I smelled so far. I'm going to keep that right here so that I know it's my favorite for the moment. Next is a 4-wick, I guess. This is filled quite a bit. This is like filled up a lot, which I love to see it. This one is Carnival Caramel Popcorn. Let's go ahead and show you the label. This one is squared. So comment down below which one you like better, the squared or the rounded. This one has notes of warm popcorn, sea salt, creamy caramel, hot butter, vanilla, and sugar. Oh! Okay, everyone comparing the Bath & Body Works spooky popcorn to movie theater popcorn, you haven't tried this one, and neither have I, but now I did. This is legit movie, like 100% movie theater popcorn. That's crazy. You get that kernel note in here. I don't know if, yeah, you get that warm popcorn note. You get that sea salt, and that, you know where you go to the butter fountain and you push a button and the butter just drips from like this dispenser and you swish it around your popcorn? Oh my gosh. This is my new favorite. Holy mackerel. Wow. That is spot on. Literally, sorry, I'm getting overexcited over here. Holy mackerel. Let's warm it up a little bit. Because we need to test this. Oh yeah. Nothing to my nose smells artificial about it either. It's legit. This is a legit fragrance. Ooh. This is different from their, like, popcorn candle they came out with in the summertime. I don't remember. It's in the living room. Let me see. Circus Cano Somersault. It's definitely different than that. This is more authentic, buttery sea salt toasted popcorn. Warm popcorn, not toasted, sorry. Wow. Talk about authentic. Get this bad boy. If this, I don't think that's still in stock though, unfortunately. If it was, I'd buy another one. That's really good. And it's not necessarily a unique fragrance, but it is a spot-on movie theater popcorn fragrance that other brands try to do, but never get. Caramel Sundays just won that. Nutty Little Nightmare in a 2-wick here. This is what they also come like. I just peeled it off already. There we go. Nutty Little Nightmare has, oh, let me show you the label. I think this is one of my favorite labels for this haul. You got the nuts, you got the bats, you got apples. They got one little orange leaf on there. Yeah. Warm peanuts, woody vanilla, baked apples, ginger spice, caramelized brown sugar, and allspice. This, to me, I don't get... At the moment, I'm not getting like a... Well, hold on. This is definitely an interesting blend. Because at the moment, I'm not getting too many peanut notes here. Or I'm not getting a heavy peanut note, but I do get that, the baked apple, the... This one's definitely hard to describe. You get that woody vanilla. It's not anything like Wicked Vanilla Woods from Bath & Body Works, so don't think that. But you get that baked apple note, the woody vanilla. I don't necessarily get a spice note. I think what's making me wonder in here is actually the peanut note. It doesn't smell like peanuts, like 100%, but it's giving you that essence of a peanut note. So, like, it's not 100% a peanut, like, on the label. It's not necessarily that in the shell or out of the shell. It's almost like that warm peanut is not smoked, but is cooking. You know what? It is kind of smoky. It is a smoky peanut, but also the baked apple and the woody vanilla is probably playing into that. This one's definitely unique. So if you don't like complex, out-of-the-box fragrances, I'd say maybe steer clear of this one because it is kind of complex. It's definitely unique. So that is Nutty Nightmare. I wouldn't say like I'd repurchase it, but that is pretty unique, which I like unique fragrances. If they're in my wheelhouse, let's be honest. Alright, the next 2 wick we have here is Halloween Town. I don't know why I was going to show you the box. I think I also have this in a 4 wick. I don't know though. Halloween Town. This is probably, okay, this is my favorite label. It reminds me of Halloween Town. Brown sugar, butter, pumpkin chai, sweet cream, butterscotch, sea salt, coconut, and musk. This one's definitely a sweet gourmand fragrance. So if you don't like that, I'd say don't get this one because that brown sugar note, the butter, the sweet cream, butterscotch, that's definitely up here in the prominent notes. But I do get that pumpkin chai. That pumpkin chai is making an appearance. And you can kind of see how this is yellow. It's because of the fragrance oils. It just is. That's how it is. Yeah, I'm definitely getting the brown sugar, the pumpkin chai, the sweet cream, the butterscotch. Sea salt, not really, but I am getting musk and a hint of coconut, but it's not a summery coconut. This one's really nice. I also think this one is complex, but give it a try. If you like sweet gourmand complex fragrances, this is the one. Yeah, this is definitely unique, but I like it. So this one is Halloween Town. I just don't know if I'd pick it up again. That's the debate at the moment. Now let's just do the 2 wicks. Bananas or Banana Foster. I love how you have the banana in the pan with kind of like that ice cream on the top of it right there. This one has notes of caramelized bananas, brown sugar, buttercream, nutmeg, cinnamon, and woody vanilla. Ooh. This is the same note that's in Monkey Business. Monkey Business and... where is it? Honey Badger. Same banana, but this one... at first, when I was first smelling it, I was like, this is the exact same as Monkey Business. Like, what? Now I'm smelling it, you definitely get that cinnamon. Like I said, it's not a red hot cinnamon, but it is a spicy cinnamon. I get a little touch of that once I warmed it up. Sometimes you really have to just do this with your finger. You just have to rub in a circle, straight line, whatever. Yeah, okay, definitely getting the cinnamon in there. That banana, the caramelized banana is definitely in there as well. Brown sugar, yeah. I'm starting to get more of that cinnamon, though, in here. So if you don't like cinnamon, this wouldn't be the one for you, just because it is becoming more prominent the more I smell it. This one's not bad. Like I said, I'm being honest, and the first time I smelled it, I was like, this is the same as Monkey Business. It's not, actually, which I'm surprised, because I thought it would just stay the same, my scent preference on that. Like, I wouldn't really like it, because it's the same as whatever, but it's not. Autumn Leaves. This nice basic label, sometimes that's good. You got the leaf right there. This one has notes of green stem, cedar leaf, autumn air, pine, apple, pear, clove, and earthy musk. This one's definitely essential oily to me. If you've ever had Young Living Thieves, the essential oil from Young Living, that's kind of what this reminds me of. I think it's the green stem in there, the pine, the apple, the pear, and the earthy musk. That's kind of making this like an essential oil type of smell. Which isn't a bad thing, it's just not my favorite type of smell. Let's warm it up. Let's see, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever repurchase this unless it changes upon burn. But I'm glad I have it and I gave it a try. I ordered these at 1 a.m. the next day. So they launched, I ordered them 1 a.m. the Monday after they launched. Because I was up doing work. So I was like, I might as well look. And too bad I did because I spent more money than I needed to. I think these are the exact same. Yep. Right, and last but not least, I have two. Yes, that's right. I said 2 Blueberry Bakehouse. I really like the label on. Oh, sorry. I really like the color of the label on here. This has a lot of notes, so bear with me. Creamy blueberry, sweet pumpkin, brown sugar, warm spice cake, cinnamon, clove, vanilla frosting. This definitely reminds me of that. Oh my gosh. Double Dip Danish. Definitely pretty close. On cold anyway, I get that blueberry, like this is, like, I don't know the difference at the moment. Like, it literally smells like Double Dip Danish. Maybe it has a hint of a spice note in here. But yeah, this is pretty darn close to Double Dip Danish. So if you like Double Dip Danish, I'd say if this one's still available, get this, or if it's in the next restock. Wow, those are pretty similar. Maybe this one has more of a sweetness to it. Sweetness and a little bit more spice, like that warm spice cake. Wow, I'm glad I got that one because it smells pretty close, but it does have its differences. So I think if I can smell the differences a little on cold, it'll definitely show up on burn. Anyway, that is it for this 22-minute caramel sundae haul. If you enjoyed, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below what you got from this month's July caramel sundaes restock. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.